The island nation of Sri Lanka enjoys a coastline of 1500 kilometers that supports highly productive marine ecosystems. The hidden beauty of this island is home to rich flora and fauna. The local population is highly dependent on fishing as a source of income and food. The fishing communities, practicing several traditional fishing methods, employ techniques that have proven to create a hostile environment, contributing to global climate change. The extensive use of kerosene in night fishing has had the maximum effect. An estimated 35,000 artisanal fishermen fishing at night in the inland waters of Sri Lanka, such as coastal lagoons, irrigation reservoirs and lakes, rely on kerosene lanterns to illuminate and attract fish into their fishing nets. The fishermen use different types of lanterns for night fishing in different areas of the country, including pressurized kerosene lanterns mounted on top of their traditional fishing canoes. On an average, each fisherman spends 1/3 of their income on kerosene. In Sri Lanka, kerosene is a totally imported fuel. The high dependency affects the national income of Sri Lanka, creating a vicious cycle of doom for dependent groups. To compound the situation, long-term exposure to kerosene fumes is creating further challenges among the fisher community. It is potentially toxic to freshwater and saltwater ecosystems as well, as frequent spills severely affect aquatic flora and fauna while contaminating the fish yield, destroying the breeding sites as well. Further dependence on wind conditions that constantly put off the flames in the lamp is an additional woe the fishermen have to deal with. They fish around 25 nights per month and light their lanterns 8 to 12 hours each night. This fleet of 35,000 fisher canoes are responsible for burning 1.5 to 2 liters of kerosene per night on fishing, combusting 15.75 million liters of kerosene annually. Sri Lanka emits more than 52 million kilograms of carbon dioxide in a year, the main greenhouse gas that contributes extensively to global climate change. The global increase in crude oil prices directly influences the markets in Sri Lanka, further increasing the burden on fishermen. Responding to the multiplying challenges of the fishermen, the Nagenahiru Foundation, that focuses on environmental conservation, climate change, and capacity building of the communities living in sensitive environmental locations, has been instrumental in addressing this impending disaster. To tackle the core of the problem, that is the extensive burning of kerosene during night fishing, the Foundation introduced an efficient, reliable, and affordable replacement for kerosene lanterns, a solar-based lighting technology intended to sustain the fishermen's livelihoods, safeguard the environment, and specifically mitigate adverse climate changes by reducing the emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This alternative lighting system consists of a 3-watt light-emitting diode, powered by a rechargeable 12-volt 4 to 6 ampere lithium iron phosphate battery, which has a 3-year shelf life. The lamps consume low energy and provide improved lighting that can last for up to 16 hours. These affordable lanterns can be recharged by using 30-watt photovoltaic panels, which makes the system cheaper and more sustainable, utilizing renewable solar energy. These alternative lights are easy to maintain, light in weight, and less labor intensive. This project minimizes the carbon footprint of fisher communities by equipping them with an opportunity to embrace a technology that enables them to drastically reduce their carbon emission while simultaneously employing a method that is less laborious and more economically viable. To ensure that awareness is spread for this initiative, community-based service centers are established with the participation of fisher leaders. These centers involve in maintenance and technical support for the new lighting systems, educate the fishermen to handle the new systems, supply spare parts, replace batteries and bulbs, and share information on the recycling system for batteries and bulbs, and also facilitate capacity building for the fishermen. This innovation received technological support from its European partner, Global Nature Fund in Germany, and the solar LED prototypes were produced by the Nagenahiru Center for Environment. The final outcome is a collaboration of international expertise customized to address a local issue. It is also important to understand that the success of the project is highly dependent on the dedicated participation of the local fishing communities in respective inland water bodies. The fundamental goal of all teams is to pursue the reduction of the carbon footprint of the fisher communities in Sri Lanka while creating an economically viable and environmental friendly solution. Considering the huge potential to reduce the carbon footprint of the fisher communities, the Foundation also wants to extend its reach and develop expertise and knowledge base to provide adapters with support and promote the adoption among newer groups. Reduced dependency on kerosene and migration to an eco-friendly approach has been a massive victory for environmental conservation. A new symbiotic relationship is growing back among the locals and Mother Nature. This project is not limited to the adoption of a new technology. There is a high potential to mobilize artisanal fisher communities in developing countries in Asia Pacific and demand national policy makers to enable an environment for renewable and eco-friendly measures to improve livelihood at the grassroots level. This journey seems long, but when we join hands together, the distance seems lesser, and the present doesn't seem a dreadful challenge. So today, when the fading wick in the quiet waters doesn't threaten the happiness of families, it only means that the choice they made today will lead to a promising tomorrow.